So I welcome you all for this class object-oriented programming once again. So let us continue that topic what we have discussed in the last class. Let us have a brief overview on that. So in the previous session, let us have a discussion of various kind of different types of programming languages, evolution of languages, what will be the keywords, variable declarations. So likewise, the various concepts which is available on um, the object-oriented programming we have discussed, and some of the basic introduction about the object-oriented programming concepts also we have gone through. So in this class, let us have a discussion of the various operators we are using, and then what is meant by what is how the enum operator we are using. So likewise, we can have a discussion on that. And here, these are all the 5 different types of operators we are using in the C++. The arithmetic operator, assignment operator, comparison and logical operators, bitwise logical operators, special operators. So likewise, the different kinds of major types of operators are available. And here, this is the actual different types of arithmetic operators which is available in C++ or any kind of programming languages. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and modulo functions we can perform. And now let us discuss about this is the actual assignment operators, various kind of assignment operators we are using, and there will be examples of the various kind of assignment operators. So how we are assigning that value, and what will be the different kinds of symbols we are using, and what is the actual meaning of that particular symbols, and the examples also I have given. So you can read this content, you can clearly understand, and various kind of logical operations like and or not operations we can also perform with the help of that assignment operators. And this is the kind of logical operators. So logical operators, it will follow less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. It may be a relational operator type, or it may be a equality operator type. That's a equal or not equal. And the logical operators may also be there. That is a double ampersand symbol we are using to denote the and symbol, and or symbol and not symbol. So this is the actual different kinds of operators. While we are typing some programs, we can clearly understand at what situations we are going to use the operator symbols. It may be a arithmetic operator or logical operators, we have to utilize it. This is the actual bitwise logical operators. So bitwise operators, it means that is a, instead of using a double ampersand symbol, we are using only one and symbol or only one or symbols and not symbols. This is a OR gate, and this is a bitwise left shift or right shift of operations. So these are all the some kind of variables as well as the corresponding binary patterns. Okay, I hope you can understand. That is a x value we have initialized, we have declared as 9, then y value was 8, then x and y. That's why we are going to find out the various kind of AND operations, then binary patterns, the corresponding binary patterns, and the left shift and right shift operations we can perform it. So this is the actual some of the examples of the variables as well as values and the corresponding binary patterns. And then the next one is the special operators. So that is a unary operators, cost operators, ternary operators, scope operators, then new and delete operators. So unary operators, it means that is the operator symbols we have given. That's a plus plus, minus minus. These are the pre-increment, post-increment, increment, decrement operators we are using. Okay. So in our while we are discussing about the conditional statements, conditional loop statements, that's a for loop, while loop. Likewise, we may have discussed about, we can have a discussion of this kind of increment or decrement operators. Yeah. And the size of is also one of the operator for finding the size of your data type. So as we have discussed earlier, the different types of data, each and every data types can have a different in size. So we can easily find out with the help of that size of functions. This is a unary operator example. So here you can see that we are getting the two values from the user by using the cin. Then we are performing the increment operations. So a value we have get it as a 2, the value have become 3. Next we are going to increment the value of b. So b value we have initialized as 3, So initially the value will be displayed as 3, then after that only the increment operation will be performed. So while we are displaying the value of D, initially it will be set it as 3, then after that it will be move on to the 4. So you have to clearly understand that's a why we have stored in this order. That's a unary operators. Yeah, here first increment, then we are displaying. Here we are displaying that value, then after that we are incrementing. That is a difference. First the value of A is 2. While we are executing that particular statement, the value will become incremented to 3. Then once again we are going to display that value. So the value will become 3. Next what we are doing is we are so இந்த ரெண்டு லைனும் வந்து I have to keep it on the for loop. Okay, ஸோ நான் அதில் போடாதனால இது 2 டைம்ஸ் வந்து நான் ரன் பண்ணி காமிக்கிறேன். அதாவது சியோட வேல்யூ அதே மாதிரி தட்ஸ் அ சி டியோட வேல்யூ வந்து எப்படி மாறுது, அதே நேரத்தில் வந்து ஹவு த வேல்யூ ஆஃப் ஏபி ஹவ் பீன் டிஸ்பிளேட் I have given here. I can also write it in terms of for loop also. Okay, C D oda value வந்து it has been changed to 3 3, then after that the value will become 3 4. AB value have been changed to 3 and 4. first வந்து A oda value 2 இருந்துச்சு, இன்க்ரிமெண்ட் ஆகும்போது அதோட வேல்யூ வந்து 3 மாறி இருக்கு. first வந்து B oda value 3 இருந்துச்சு, next வந்து the value have been changed to 4. Yeah. Now let us discuss about the cast operator. Cast operator, it means that we are going to convert the type of operators, data type of operators. If you want to change the data type of that operators, we can easily change it. So based on which we can get the result. So the syntax for that is cast type, then within bracket we can type it as a expression. So within the program we can type it as, there are two values we have get it, and then A divided by B, then the resultant value may be in a floating point variable or it may be in an integer point variable. So based on our objective is to get the resultant value as integer type. So I have done a casting function. Type casting perform பண்ணும்போது the value have been changed to 1. So 3.5 divided by 2, what is the value of it? 1 point something, but I need the integer type of value. So the cout it will display that value as 1. In the next example you can see that here the A value I can get it, then integer value I can, that is for example the input value we have typed as a character, because the input that's a character A, variable A we have declared as a character type. So we can give the input is in the form of a character format, A B C D, likewise it should be a character format. So but the output we are expecting as an integer type, so it will convert the corresponding character into the corresponding ASCII value format. So A smaller case value, ASCII value will become 97, so it will display. Okay, then the next one is a ternary operators. So ternary operators, it means that is a within a single line of statements we can achieve if else conditions. If the expression 1 is correct, then the expression 2 will be displayed. If it is not correct, then the expression 3 will be displayed. So in this program you can understand that we have declared the three variables A, B and max, and initially we are getting the input from the users A and B, and we are checking that A greater than B or not. If the condition is satisfied, then the A value have been displayed as the highest value. If the condition is not satisfied, then the B value will be displayed as the highest value. Okay, so the maximum value we are going to display, that is a 3 and 2. The condition is satisfied, condition whether it is satisfied or not. Yes, satisfied. 3 greater than 2, so the output value will be displayed as 3. So here the max value have been, because these values have been, actual resultant value have been maintained on the separate variable max, then the max value have been displayed. So the 3 is displayed in your output. Then the next one is operators. The operator is a scope resolution operator. We are using the double colon symbol. here it is used in the class member functions definitions, where if you want to create any kind of specific member functions within your class, by using that scope resolution operator only we can access it. Yeah, so that's a very important term. So while we are explaining that program, what is the purpose of scope resolution, we have to explain. Okay, then we can create the object. If we want to access any specific functions within the class, by using the scope resolution operator we can access it. Then the next one is this new or delete operators. So how we are going to perform the new and delete, that is a allocation of memory space and the deallocation of memory space through the library functions. It is possible. That's a malloc, dalloc functions we are using for new and delete operators for allocation and deallocation of memory space. And these are all the different kinds of basic data types which is available on the C++. So if you want, you can draw this diagram in your notebook. So usually the C++ data types can have three different types. One is a user-defined types, and the built-in types, and the derived types. So built-in user-defined types means there is a structure, union, class, remuneration, enumeration. These are all the things will comes under the user-defined data types. Built-in data types means it may be integer type of data or it may be a floating type of data. The integer type may be again derived into integer or character. So it may be a signed or unsigned or short or long. It is again further the data types is derived. And at the same time, the floating type of data types, it may be a float or double or long double. It may be vary. And the another thing is a derived data types. Here we can have arrays, functions, and pointers. So these are all the important topics we need to focus while we are discussing about the object-oriented programming concepts, otherwise the C++ programming concepts. So let us have a discussion of the various bytes which is allocated for the individual data types and the corresponding data ranges. Integer means there will be two types, short integer two types. So likewise, the different types of data types as well as the corresponding bytes used, bytes allocated, as well as the ranges of that particular data types have been displayed. And user defined data types, it means that it can be classified into, there are four major types. It's a structured, union, arrays. We have already familiar about the array concept. So what is meant by array? So array is a collection of elements which are having homogeneous in nature. That is the similar kind of data items, a similar kind of variables, we can store it within the array. So how we are going to access that array means by using the index value, we can access that particular array values. So how it differs from the array? That's a question it will arise in our mind. So structure is, it is opposite to array. That is it is heterogeneous data types. So we may have stored the integer type or float type or double, whatever it may be, we can use it within the structure. So by creating the structure name, we can access the individual variables which is available on your structure variables. So individual members can be accessed individually, and this is the actual syntax of that particular structure. That's a structure name, then the various kind of data types as well as the corresponding members. So here we can create the variables, n number of variables for a structure. By using that variable, we can access the individual structure variable members. So this is the actual the small syntax for your structure concept. So array means, as we have discussed, there will be a same type of elements. Here the structure is a different types of elements, and the element, each and every elements can be accessed by means of positions. And here there will be a unique name. By using that unique variable name, we can access the members. Both must be defined with a finite number of components. So these are all the difference between the arrays and structures concept. Now let us discuss about the structure. So as we have discussed earlier, here in this diagram, I have given the similar kind of items integer. So instead of that, we may have used the different data types. So structure I have declared as a date. So within the main function, we are going to create the variable of that. We are going to create the structure variables as today, and then after that today dot day. That's it means that by using that structure variable, we can access the individual members within the structure. So today dot day today dot month, today dot year. It means that we are getting the three values from the users as per the structure format. Then we are going to display it. So dot symbol we are using for in order to access the data members within the structure. Then the next important thing is a union. So union and structure both are look like same, and in terms of functionalities and everything is same, but there is a only one difference is that's a single locations we may have utilized it for storing and retrieving the different data types. So the integer data type I may have stored it in a memory location. The same memory locations I can use it for storing the another floating type of data types also. But the structure it won't be look like this. So once we have stored it in an integer type is not available. It won't, the memory locations will be keep it as an ideal. Okay. So if it is a new assignment in a union, it will be happen. If the new variables have been declared, then the previous value will become erased and the memory space will be utilized for storing the new variable assignment purpose. So that is the best use of that union. The declaration and the use of the union is same as the structure. So here you can see that there is a structure for that. There is a actual format for union. So here the union name and data type, and there will be a number of members we can declare, and by creating the union variables we can access that functions. So here this is an actual symbol for that. So it is also look like same like a structure, but there is a only one difference is we are using the keyword as union. That's all. The other things are similar. So I hope you can understand the difference of structure and union concept. So thank you all. So in this in the next video lectures, let us have a discussion of class, then what is meant by functions and other things. So thank you for your listening, and if you have any kind of doubts or anything, you can comment and you can support me. So thank you for your listening. Thank you.